Huawei is not messing around when it comes to their flagship phones. We've got two in the ever-expanding P series line of phones and sitting at the very top end. And I wish we had one to show you. It's a Porsche-designed Huawei, and it looks absolutely incredible. We've got, I think, sort of the two in the sweet spot. We got the P20 Pro and the P20. I'm gonna focus mostly on the Pro here. If you wanna see a separate video though on the 20, just let us know in the comments down below. So of course, Leica triple camera, we'll talk plenty about that. It's available in your standard colors like blues and blacks and golds, but you don't want those colors. The colors you're going to want is this. Look at that. It's called Twilight because it looks like Twilight and sort of a gradient of colors from blue to pinks to purples, and it looks absolutely gorgeous in person. We're gonna spend a lot of time on the phone, but just real quickly, see what you get in the box. We've got a USB-C power cable, we've got USB-C headphones, we've got a dongle for a 3.5mm headset jack because it don't got one, and we got a power brick, and this is probably your first sign that this is not a US phone. We've talked about Huawei in the news at length, but not a US phone, but there'll be plenty of ways to get it in the US if it's something you decide you want to do. So turning the phone on, you notice a lot of things, and I'm just gonna get this one out of the way right away. It's got a notch. An Android 8, and this is actually based on Android 8.1. It's running Huawei's MUI, also 8.1, which is nice, made it easy for me to remember. But Android doesn't handle notches all that well. It will when we get to Android 9.0 and Android P, but right now, apps look weird with notches. So Huawei did something interesting. You can actually turn the notch off in software. It's gonna sort of turn it into kind of like a second screen on top. And since it is an AMOLED panel, it kind of looks totally black. So a couple other interesting things with this. So it does have a facial unlock. When you set it up, it looks like directly taken from the iPhone X. I can't talk for how secure the facial unlocking software is here, but it unlocks crazy fast. I thought the Galaxy S9, S9 Plus facial unlocking was fast. This is even faster. It unlocks as quickly as I can push the button. So I do like that Huawei put stereo speakers on here and they get really loud. It's not as full a sound, I think, as what you get with the iPhone X and the Galaxy S9, but if loudness is your jam, these are definitely loud speakers and they're still pretty good. So the screen, it's a 6.1 inch screen. It's like a little bit better than 1080p. It's actually FHD plus. But it does look pretty good. I would have liked to have seen a full 2K screen here, even though that oftentimes gets scaled down. It does look good, and of course, being an OLED panel, the black get really black, and the colors do look vibrant, but you can see a difference when you compare it to other flagships side by side. Aside from the awesome color, the big story with the Pro is in the cameras. As you can tell, there are 3 of them, and that's something new. So the first camera, the press release says it's a 40 megapixel camera. It's not quite the whole story. It takes 40 megapixel images, but the sensor itself is not. We'll talk about that more when we do the full review. The second camera is actually a 20 megapixel sensor, and the third one is actually gonna be your telephoto, and it does zoom really well. It actually does a 3 times optical zoom, which if you're keeping track at home is 1 time better than the iPhone X and the Galaxy S9, but beyond that, it'll do a 5 times zoom, it'll do 2 on the optical. And it looks really good. And this is where a lot of Huawei's AI starts to come into play. It'll know what you're taking pictures of. So if you're taking pictures of a blue sky, it'll know it's a blue sky and it'll adjust appropriately. A face, it'll know it's a face. We put a document in front of it and it knew it was a document and got ready to sort of scan it. It's really cool what it can do. When you take 1080 video, you get not 1, not 2, but 3 different stabilizations. 2 we've seen before. So you've got optical and you've got digital. And then Huawei is saying the third one is AI stabilization, which seems to be like software stabilization, kind of what you would do in post. But it works really well with the caveat in normal light. So I took a video just walking down a hall and walking around outside. You could not even tell that I was moving. I even jumped and it looked really good. When I tried to do it though in low light, you could really start to see some jitters start to happen. So I wouldn't rely on all the stabilizations for low light when it comes to video. If you switch the resolution up to 4K for video though, you are gonna lose a lot of that stabilization. It just becomes like a regular shaky camera. So there's a lot of awesome stuff in the P20 Pro, but what might be the craziest, it's got a 4,000 milliamp hour battery, which sounds awesome to say out loud. It's not the thinnest phone in the world, and it does have camera humps and all that stuff, but 4,000 milliamp hour battery, let me forgive a lot of things. And again, it's not a full review, just first impressions. So this has been the Huawei P20 Pro. It's got a notch. The notch is so pronounced that it might as well have designed Minecraft, but it's a really nice looking phone. It's well built. The phone feels solid and premium. It's gonna cost around 800 pounds, up to 900 pounds, so by my keen currency math, it's gonna be about $1,000 US if you can get one in. If you wanna see us do a full review though, give the video a thumbs up to let us know. Until next time, I'm John Rettinger from Techno Buffalo.